health warnings, including for the first time images that might depict dead bodies, cancer patients, and diseased lungs. There's a serious question behind that I'd like to ask. Why are cigarettes allowed at all? But on the other hand, is government doing a good thing by trying to discourage the 4,000 children a day who try a cigarette for the first time and the 1,000 who become regular smokers? Is that a good thing, and should the government be doing a better job with it?
Oh, yeah, you know, I wouldn't have any problem with putting in big, simple print, "This will kill you," and then having it start from kindergarten on, having the teacher hold it up and teach them how to read that.
I don't even want to read to you what these images are going to portray. They're graphic and horrible, and they're going to be portrayed on cigarette packs.
And only good people with good eyesight will be able to see them anyway.
They're going to be bigger.
Oh, let's take a call. Let's take a call.
All right, Anthony. We have Anthony from West L.A.
Anthony, you're on the air with Ralph and Steve of Legal Help Live. How can we help you?
Hi. Last year, I was fired from one of the local grocery companies out here.
Okay.
And the union doesn't want to represent me, and I've been arguing with the union, the local 770 union that I have, about trying to figure out how to, for them to, you know, because they said they're going to file papers, and they haven't filed anything yet, and no one knows anything down there.
How long did you work for the market?
I worked for a little shy of 10 years, like a couple months, like 9 years. It was a little short than 10 years.
Okay, I don't want you to tell me the market, and I don't want to know your last name. We're just talking hypothetically now. Mm-hmm. What did they fire you for?
They said, well, it's multiple things, but the reason they fired me on that date was said because I talked back and I started yelling at one of the girls who works there, because she's not a.
We're talking to Anthony.
Anthony, you back on?
Anthony?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, good. Speak up just a little bit.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, so you were at an unnamed market for 9+ years.
It was almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years, and you've been fired. You got into an argument and started yelling with some supervisors.
No. What happened was I was doing my job. I was moving carts from one side of the store to another because I was a box person.
Okay.
Well, a clerk's helper, one who bags the groceries.
All right.
And this person was considered like the captain, like she was in charge of the box of the clerk's helpers.
Okay.
And she's not a manager. She just had a little authority because the store director gave it to her. She was no manager or nothing like that.
Okay, so you got in a dispute with her. Is that the first time?
No, it was multiple other things in the store that they got me under. A lot of things.
All right.
And then just recently, I had a dispute with her because she would keep following me and keep harassing me, and I never wanted to report anything.
Okay, so let me. Okay, and so how long ago did they fire you?
Back in February of last year. Okay,
so you have a union contract. The union contract provides that generally at the discretion of the union, there's a grievance procedure. They can go through the grievance procedure, and the last step in your contract between the union and the company is binding arbitration. I suspect that's what it is.
Yeah, and then the union rep, just the one who represents my store, just retired. So then it's another big thing.
Okay, well, and the question is, what can you do? You should immediately get a hold of the president of the union.
Lately, I've been trying to do that. But he won't answer any of the phone calls.
Okay, well, send an email or two and use the word, "I'm not being adequately represented. It's failure to represent me." There is a lawsuit, and I'm not saying whether you have a good or bad lawsuit here, but there is a lawsuit for failure to represent a person, and you could then sue the union directly if that's the way the facts are. And you might have a statute of limitations issue. I would see a lawyer right away and run all the facts by him or her, including copies of what the language of your contract is, because the whole purpose of the disciplinary process is to get somebody independent to decide whether you're guilty or innocent, and if it's the shop steward, well, I mean, that's not giving you an independent right that you have under the contract. But the contract's not with you. The contract's between the union and you. But if the union doesn't live up to its obligation, then you may well have a lawsuit against them.
Let me ask you a question, Stephen. Does the NLRB, National Labor Relations Board, have any say in this? Is that a source? Is that an entity that could receive Anthony's information and act on it in some way?
Well, you can contact them. I don't know what they'll do, but in these typical situations, you need to go to a lawyer who does not represent unions and see if they'll take the case in terms of the bad faith situation. You've been out of work now for a year?
For almost going on 2 years.
Well, I'd get moving. If you can't find anybody, give us a call during normal business hours, and we'll try and get you to somebody who may be interested in this type of case.
I couldn't find anybody because I had one person that my dad had because he had a similar kind of something problem, and he.
Okay, well, we're having a little technical difficulties.